been 49 days since Joe Biden became president, and he still has not held a solo press conference. The entire media is pressing this issue, and we're adding some pressure by keeping count every night until Biden lets the media have a crack at him. The president's press team clearly worried about his ability to handle that. They're trying to cover for him. Jen Psaki said last week the press has plenty of access to Biden at public events.
The president takes questions several times a week. He took questions actually twice yesterday, which is an opportunity for the people covering the White House to ask him about whatever news is happening on any given day.
Well, as we all know, none of these brief moments are anywhere near the caliber of a 1-hour, no-holds-barred press conference with the president. The public deserves to know whether it has a competent and capable president. He's negotiating policy for our entire nation. Here was the president today. He visited a local hardware store in Washington, D.C. that has benefited from a PPP loan. And this is how that photo op ended.
Is there a crisis at the border, sir?
And then if I could just...
Let's go, you guys. Come on, press. We're going to move out. Let's go, press. Come on, press. Let's go. Come on, is there a crisis at the border, sir? Let's go, you guys. Come on.
There you have it. Thank you, media, for covering our puff piece. Now shut up and get out. A new Rasmussen Reports national telephone and online survey finds that 52% of likely U.S. voters say they are concerned that Biden has not held a press conference. The same poll also reports that 50% of likely voters are not very confident or not at all confident that Joe Biden is physically and mentally up to the job of being president of the United States. We all see what's happening here. It's a far cry from President Trump, perhaps the most transparent president in recent history. He never shied away from the press, and his press conferences lasted 90 minutes or longer sometimes. They were combative, yes, but they were also massive windows into the operation, transparency. And while Biden hides from the press, his policies are making a mess. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas was programmed to pretend the situation at our southern border is just a challenge. Then he headed south this past weekend to check it out. And today, Fox News obtained an email from Mayorkas to his staff requesting assistance from volunteers from agencies within the department. Here's part of that email. You have likely seen the news about the overwhelming numbers of migrants seeking access to this country along the southwest border. Today, I activated the volunteer force to support Customs and Border Protection as they face a surge in migration along the southwest border. It's quite a change in tone from last week. Take a listen.
Do you believe that right now there's a crisis at the border?
I think that the answer is no.
Okay. However, the dim-witted decisions that make the problem worse at the border continue to be made. The Department of Justice has told the Supreme Court today it will no longer defend a Trump administration rule designed to weed out immigrants who are dependent on government assistance and want permanent residency. This is the public charge thing. It's common sense, of course. The public charge rule has been a part of immigration law in this country for something like 135 years. The liberals, though, see it as an abomination. They point to the words on the Statue of Liberty. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Well, a message to the liberals in this country. That statue and the quote on it are from the 1800s, and that was long before liberal policies turned America into the land of entitlements that we know it as today. As far as the kids in cages issue, Breitbart is reporting data from Biden's own HHS that shows that most migrant children are actually teenagers seeking U.S. jobs. All these kids in cages, a lot of them teenagers. More than 3/4 of the child migrants who recently crossed the border into government custody are teenagers between 15 and 17 years old, according to data from the Department of Health and Human Services. These are not the wandering babies without parents that the left wants you to think that they are. They're teenagers looking to score an under-the-table cash job, pay no taxes, Venmo most of that money back to Mexico, take care of the family. That's the game. We all know it. With the feds missing in action on the border, Texas Governor Greg Abbott today held a press conference updating us on Operation Lone Star, securing Texas's border with Mexico.
Just this calendar year alone, there have been more than 800 criminal aliens apprehended. We need more ICE detention facilities in this area immediately. To any caravan and to any cartel member, we're ready, we're waiting for you, if you dare step into the state of Texas, Texas will use every tool and strategy we can to arrest anybody who's violating the law.
He's got to do what he's got to do. While President Trump has been deplatformed by Twitter, he is still getting his message out, releasing a statement tonight, which I'll read in its entirety. When I was president, our southern border was in great shape, stronger, safer, and more secure than ever before. We ended catch and release, shut down asylum fraud, and crippled the vicious smugglers, drug dealers, and human traffickers. The wall, despite horrendous Democrat delays, would have easily been finished by now and is working magnificently, where it is, I guess. Our country is being destroyed at the southern border, a terrible thing to see. You know, President Trump asked at CPAC if we missed him yet.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.